Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also follow me on social media. Right now I'm on my Instagram page at Boxing Ego. Follow me there too. We're almost to 60,000 followers, so thank you for the support. Now, I want to expand on my thoughts earlier that I posted about Canelo Alvarez. And also check out, I did a first look, Vasil Lomachenko, High Tech versus Jason Sosa. That's already on the channel, on YouTube. There's a playlist for it, or you could just type in Boxing Ego first look, and it'll bring up the playlist or the videos. Now, this is the post that I did, and I want to talk about it, what you guys seen in the title. This is Canelo Alvarez. I was born ready in 2012 versus recently in 2017. And I'm going to read my caption and then I'm going to expand. 530 likes. I did this 3 hours ago. And again, I just kind of want to give you guys a little bit more insight and expand because, you know, Instagram, you have a certain amount of characters. And I said, Ego Weight Watchers, I think Canelo and his team made the smart choice, moving up to 160 plus pounds at this point. In my opinion, I think Canelo Alvarez was starting to come into his quote-unquote man strength, and the weight cut to 154 or Canelo weight of 155 pounds became increasingly hard. His last fight versus Liam Smith was not a desired one. No one was really just saying, I can't wait to see this fight. You know what I mean? Or nobody was recommending the fight before the fight was announced from Golden Boy. And I said the only reason you could use to justify that fight with Smith at 154 was because Smith was a 154-pound WBO champion, that he won that belt through a vacancy after Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade was stripped of the belt, which meant Canelo would have to fight Smith at 154 pounds to make it a WBO title fight. 155 pounds, like he fought in his last, I think it was 5 fights, Angulo, Edeslandi Lara, James Kirkland, Cotto, and Amir Khan. That's 5 fights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fights in a row that he fought at 1 pound heavier, Canelo weight of 155. But if he were to fight Liam Smith, like I told you at the time, at 155, then he would not be able to fight him for his WBO title, which is really the only saving grace, the only real reason you could justify that fight. Yes, Canelo is an A side. Yes, Canelo is a star, but Liam Smith isn't a star, and there was a stacked 154 division. So to me, he forced himself to drop that extra pound, which I think was hard for him. Otherwise, Liam Smith's WBO title would not be eligible. And I said, to me, Canelo looked miserable at the Liam Smith weigh-in. He just looked kind of stretched and like just gaunt. You know what I mean? He wasn't smiling. He just didn't. Go watch it. You guys watch it. Even though Canelo rehydrated and dominated Liam Smith, I think that extra pound was the last straw, an indication that Canelo had officially outgrown the division, junior middleweight. His team, they were like, oh, we'll move up to 60 when my body feels ready. And I think fighting Liam Smith, and I think it was a chore for them to make that 154, right? And I also go on to say, as you see in these pictures I provided, Canelo in 2012 looked in shape but considerably less massy. Now he looks fuller like a damn pit bull, LOL. Will this break in the weight cut process make Canelo Alvarez more of a monster? If so, then that is scary, as Canelo is steadily improving with each fight. The intriguing thing to me is, even though Canelo's moving up in weight, that is more comfortable for him to make, with CHAVEZ Jr. fight, he is still fighting someone bigger. Canelo fought a lot of smaller guys than him. Mayweather, Miguel Cotto, Matthew Hatton, Amir Khan, Josecito Lopez, Shane Mosley, etc. To me, CHAVEZ Jr. is clearly the biggest opponent he's faced, where he's likely to be outweighed in the rehydration process, which makes it very interesting to me. May 6th, can't wait. So those are my thoughts. I mean, and you just look at it. Canelo, he's in shape right here, but like he doesn't look like he has as much mass. So I think he was really, maybe at 2012 pre-Mayweather fight, those weights became harder and harder, because if you look at him right now, this was done recently. This is a promotion. They're doing a contest. Golden Boy's doing a contest for contestants to sit VIP and give free tickets and hotel and airfare and all this to go watch the fight live on May 6th. And this is the promo shoot. And as you can see, he's more comfortable, more at a lax weight. and this is him working out in 2012. So I really do believe that Canelo, he outgrew the 154-pound division. As you get older, you put on weight different. You know what I mean? They say men stop puberty about 21 through 25-ish. Canelo's 26, so he probably outgrew in those years. You know what I mean? I really think it became harder and harder for him to make that 154 mark, which is why he was fighting at Canelo weight at 155, because at that rate, 1 pound makes a hell of a difference. You know what I mean? Having to come down to 155 as opposed to 154. So him being the A side, he was able to call those shots. Now you look at him in training, he looks good, he looks comfortable. He looks a lot more comfortable. Bow bow. Like I said, Canelo's looking sharp. He's looking like he's on a mission. Now, but so is Chavez Jr., so I'm looking forward to this fight. Mark my words, I'm telling you guys right here, right now. Right now, I don't know who I would pick Canelo versus Gennady Golovkin. I really don't. Majority of this time, obviously this has been a lingering issue, Canelo versus Golovkin. I've been siding with Golovkin. I've been leaning more towards Golovkin beating Canelo, right? But as time goes on and we see more things, Golovkin and Kell Brook, Golovkin's last fight with Daniel Jacobs, Canelo filling out to this division, I'm telling you, I keep leaning more and more towards Canelo. I think he just overall has more tools than Golovkin. Golovkin's slow to me, right? Now, Canelo's trouble is he has slow feet. If Canelo could move a little bit better on his feet, and I don't know, maybe he can, maybe he just hasn't had to use it, I don't know, but I haven't really seen too much of that. Like, I've never seen him move like an Austin Trout or Daniel Jacobs even, or Edeslandi Lara, especially pace that for a while. But if Canelo can evade some of the big monstrous shots from Golovkin, then I think it's going to be a bad fight, because I think he's going to try to push for an inside fight versus Golovkin, and that's not Golovkin's strong suit for me. So mark my words, and this is how I feel. If Canelo goes in here and fights Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., Chavez Jr. makes weight and doesn't look bad on the scales and stuff, and he goes in there and destroys Chavez Jr., or dog walks him, I'm picking Canelo to beat Golovkin. Hands down. Hands down. I'm looking forward to this, man. Mexico City. So I really got to see how Canelo looks at this weight, man. This is big. This is a big fight, and the closer it gets, I keep getting more excited with this particular fight. And I really got to see it, because depending on how he looks,
captivating fighter with a global audience of millions of fans eager to watch more and more and more. This young man has been facing the very best, and he will continue to face the very best at the young age of 26 years old. So it is my pleasure to introduce to you de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, Saúl El Canelo Alvarez.
So yeah, I mean, to me, the whole thing is the biggest intrigue for me with this fight. Canelo's clearly the more skillful guy. Like, just if you just match him up, like I said, if this was Madden football or something, and you lined up Chavez Jr. skills, speed, attributes, chin, all these different attributes and laundry listed them, Canelo to me has more check marks in those boxes. However, I strongly believe from watching boxing so long, I believe that skills pay the bills, but at the same time, when you bite off more than you could chew in terms of weight and you're fighting at bigger guys, things can not work as according to plan. I do believe Broner has more raw skill than Marcos Maidana, but he didn't beat Marcos Maidana because Maidana improved his jab. He's a good fighter, but his size, his power, and the fact that Broner couldn't Gavin Reese him, it gave him issues, and he's just awkward. So this is a good fight, man. But if Canelo, I'm telling you, if Canelo go out there and blow Chavez Jr. out of the water, like Chavez Jr. versus Sergio Martinez or whatever, I think he'll beat Golovkin, and that's just kind of how I see it. Because the way I see it, when it comes to the move up in weight, I really think Canelo's power will carry up. I really see his power carrying up. Just if you look at his build and his technique, I think that's one of the biggest reasons I think his power. Like, look at his build. Like, he has solid ass calves and legs. He has like no neck. You know what I'm saying? He has a stocky, compact Mike Tyson-ish build for his division. And the way he delivers the punches and stuff like that, his technique. Look at that. See, if you look how he turns his punches, and that's what interjects more power to the end of your shots. You know what I'm saying? Like the way he hooks. Watch. I'm gonna try to show you something. This will probably be a better example. And this was when he was one-handed. Canelo got a nasty ass left hook. His left hook's underrated. Watch the Angulo fight. But yeah, I really think how Canelo turns his punches and stuff like that, he's a beast. So I think his power is going to carry up. Look, this is an old clip. Boom. I think he might give some to Golovkin if he moves up like I think he's capable of. And this is what Canelo said, and I talked about this in the previous video. You haven't seen the best of me. Every fight, I keep getting better, and I hope this one brings out the best of me. Referring to the Chavez Jr. class. So it's going to be interesting. Like I said, you've seen, like, I think Chocolatito is an example of a guy whose power he only moved at 3 pounds, and it don't look like his power is as devastating. Guys, in his last 2 fights, Carlos Cuadras, his face looked pretty clean, since a lot of you guys do the face test at the end. Oh, Jacobs lost because Golovkin's face looked cleaner. So looking at the face test, Carlos Cuadras, his face looked clear, and Chocolatito's eyes were all sunk in. He looked like Mac and me. You know what I mean? And then same thing with Sor Rungvisai. I thought Chocolatito won that fight, but I thought Sor Rungvisai was hurting him more than Chocolatito was capable of hurting him. And the thing is, Sor Rungvisai has like no defense. He had no D to me, pause. And he was still kind of eating Chocolatito's best shots. And Chocolatito, again, I had him winning, and I thought he landed the better shots. Adrian Broner, another fighter at 130, 135, devastating power. And he moved up too quick, too fast, or whatever, to 147. Paulie Malignaggi, who later got stopped by Sean Porter, or had been stopped by Sean Porter or whatever, he was able to eat Broner's shots and take Broner's power. You know what I mean? And then Maidana clearly was able to take Broner's power. So I don't think Chavez, or excuse me, I don't think Canelo is going to have that problem with his power, just based on what I've seen from him. I think this will actually maybe even make him fresher, which is what I said in my caption. That makes it scary. If he actually was killing himself, like I do believe he was probably killing himself to make weight a bit, and he just feels overall fresher at this weight, and his power is even more, you know what I mean, because he's not depleting himself to make weight, then that's scary. But the intrigue is the fact that Chavez Jr. is still, even with that being said, is still going to be bigger than him. You get me? So I'm looking forward to this fight because, again, I think, like Sergio Martinez, perfect example with Chavez Jr. Chavez Jr. was so fucking big next to Matavilla that Matavilla was blackening his eye, beating him down for 11.5 rounds, and Chavez Jr. still was able to take all that and badly hurt and knock down Sergio Martinez twice. So, you know what I'm saying? Chavez got a chin, so size does matter, you know what I mean, because it's same thing with Canelo versus Amir Khan. Amir Khan, I had him easily winning the first 4 rounds, easily. I don't know what the judges had on their scorecard, why they seen it different, but Amir Khan, as soon as Canelo's body shots and timing kicked up and he started slowing Khan down, it was like you start seeing Khan get touched more in round 5, and then round 6 it was lights out. So Khan couldn't make like really any mistakes because he was in there with the bigger guy. You know what I mean? So all the success and like eesh and all that he was doing to Canelo was having problem with the speed, but it wasn't like he wasn't on Queer Street, and that's what happens sometimes when you're fighting someone who's just like a brick wall and is not going nowhere. And you got to be smart, especially a prideful fight like Canelo Chavez. I'm telling you, this is why it's a good fight, because when the pride's on the line, you might try to do too much. Like I thought, for example, Conor McGregor, for the UFC fans, MMA fans, when he fought Nate Diaz, he tried to do too much. He moved up in weight, and then fighting a bigger guy, a guy who had a good frame to him, wasn't going anywhere, and he blew his wad in round 1, and then Diaz still kept bleeding or not, still kept trucking, and ended up making him submit, and he hurt Conor McGregor in that first fight. Same thing with the rematch with Conor McGregor and Diaz. Some people think Diaz even won that fight, even though they gave it to Conor. Conor McGregor, very methodical. He dropped Nate Diaz to the canvas, to the mat like 2 times or something. And even though he was looking so methodical and good in those first 2 rounds, Nate Diaz weathered that storm and came back, and then Conor McGregor started running around the ring. So you got to conserve your energy. A good fight, May 6th. Never had a problem with it. And from what I'm seeing from both, I really don't have a problem with it now. And I'm curious to see how Canelo looks at this increased weight. Let me know what you guys think. That is my assessment. And to carry on what I was talking about on Instagram, in case you guys follow me there already, make sure you share the video, like the video as always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.